Good evening, everybody. Welcome to True Crime Confessions out of Alaska. I'm your host, Old Man John. And tonight I got a special one to share. Once again, everything is true 100% based on my last 12 years up in Alaska. Living in the shadows, out in the mix, dodging the bullets, the gangs, and the hookers, trying not to get OD'd, trying not to get busted. All those fun, exciting things, especially the ones I like to share about. Tonight I'm going to share with you a little story about my old girlfriend. She likes to call herself PR. I like to call her Sweet Lips. True Crime Confessions out of Alaska. Once upon a time, Daryl, he's a client of mine, gave me a call, said, "Hey, John, I got to swing by and get something. And I got something I want to talk to you about." I said, "All right, come on." He showed up. We handled business. And I said, "So what's this you want to talk about?" He said, "Well, I know you had said something the other day about you're looking for a girlfriend or steady." I said, "Okay, yeah, you got my attention." He said, "I got somebody who asked me if I would be interested in meeting her, and we could work out a little trade for a little something something." And for the most part, most of my business is dealing with slow and go. Slow and go. And that's brown and clear. Uh, crystal and boy. Smack. Heroin. For those of you who don't know. And I said, "Tell me about her, tell me about her." And he did. I said, "All right, let's go check it out." So we went over there and he introduced me to her and we visited for a few minutes and everything seemed copacetic. And I said, "Well, come on, let's go back to my place." So we dropped him off. And we get back to my place, and she's getting a little sick, which is what you do when you need to get some brown. And so I fixed her up a little something to get her going. And myself, I smoke a rock or crack, as you might call it. And so I fixed me up a batch, chopped it up. And I like to do my little freaky thing. I'll lay up in bed and just set a big old pile of it right on my chest. And I can sit there and smoke at my leisure. And I'm getting all ready, and she did her hit. Nothing little about her hits, by the way. And you may not know this, but apparently when you shoot brown, it gets you all warm and fuzzy inside and horny as all get out. I I don't shoot brown. I've smoked a little bit, but I just don't shoot it. I'm not ready to cross that bridge. And she did her shot, and then she grabbed a paper towel and did something I certainly wasn't expecting. She told me, "Don't look," and she put it up over her face and pulled her teeth out. I went, "Holy shit!" I did not see that one coming. Needless to say, she put a smile on my face. This is probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Blew my mind. I was in love. And she stayed the night, and we rode that roller coaster several times. When I woke up, I felt bad. I was I was coyote ugly. It was pimped out because she got up and took off while I was sleeping. And I'll be a son of a bitch. My wallet's gone. That bitch got and she got my dope. Oh my god. I was messed up. I was fucked up. I called Daryl. I said, "Bro, you better know where to find this bitch, cause I just got." And he was like, "What? Oh hell no," cause he already knew. I'm a real nice guy, but nobody can take that, and I certainly won't take it. Not with all the muscle and strong arms I got working for me. We're not doing that. I said, "I'm coming to get you. Let's go find her." And so I went and picked him up, and he took me over to her place. She got 3 kids and a baby daddy, and that's where she lives. Well, we rapped on the door. She wasn't there, but there was 2 nice vehicles sitting out in the driveway: a Lincoln Town Car and a Cadillac Escalade, black, brand spanking new. It's an $80,000 car, beautiful, big 32-inch rims or maybe 36s. It was pimped out, and I thought for a minute, and I said, let's just go sit up the street here and keep an eye on this place. So we pulled on up the street. I'm actually making a block. And lo and behold, there that bitch was walking up the sidewalk. So I'm thinking, did he give her a heads up? That was so close how we missed. Or maybe she was coming home and saw us there. I don't know. At any rate, I pulled over and jumped out and run up to her, and she flinched a little bit. And I said, hey, are you on some kind of death wish? What in the hell do you think you're doing? And she kind of flinched up. She said, oh, I'm walking this way. I said, hey, don't worry, calm down. You don't got to worry. I'm not going to put a hand on you. That's not how I work. I don't do that. I got 400-pound Samoan women to take care of bitches like you. That's how I do it. I'm not getting myself up that creek. So you don't have to worry about that. She says, I got you. It's over here at my brother's house. And I just met her. I said, all right, let's ride this one out and see where it goes. We walked up a couple blocks and turned down a cul-de-sac and walked up to a $500,000 home. Big, beautiful house. She rapped on the door. Finally it answered. She says, oh, sir, please help me. This man won't leave me alone. I'm like, holy shit, what? She says, call the police, will you? I don't know this guy. And I'm like, buddy, you can call the cops if you want. I said, let me get off your porch. I said, this is not as it seems. Trust me. I said, later. Sorry to bother you. I walked off the porch and went back down and got in my car, thinking in my head, oh, this bitch is really risky, man. She has no clue what. Maybe she does this all the time. I don't know. I went and got Daryl and I said, look, here's what's going on. So I'm going to go drop you off and come handle my business. I went and dropped him off, and then I went and picked up a couple hands of mine. It was a team, him and her, Hillbilly and Jeanette. And Hillbilly, he's a hairstylist, one of the best. And he's been in prison a while, I guess. But between him and Jeanette, she's just all gangster. They're willing to do anything. And once I explained to them the situation, they were all on board. Let's go. I took them back over there, showed them that big, beautiful Cadillac. And I said, we're going to sit right over here until he comes home. Because he's not home now. I guess he's got another little beater he runs back and forth to work. And sure enough, he showed up. No, we're going to give him about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get in the house. And when he did, I drove him around the block, dropped him off. Well, I had no idea what kind of noise a 36-inch tire makes when you stab a knife into it. Pow, pop, pop, pop. It was loud as hell. They shot out the driveway. I pulled around, jumped in, and we took off. Well, it wasn't not even 5 minutes before my phone rang. He knew what time it was. And when I looked down, and it was PR calling me. And she's kind of crying. John, you better get back here and fix this. He's going to kill me. I said, he's not going to kill you. Not over them tires. I said, put him on the phone. And I didn't realize the guy don't speak a lick of English. She said, I'll have to translate it. What do you want me to tell him? I said, you tell him that he's going to come off of my $7,000 or I'm going to come back and break every window in that Cadillac every single day until I get my money. And nobody wants to spend that kind of money. Hell, the windshield alone is $800, $900. But after about 3 or 4 of those, all I needed to do is get some leverage. Well, I think she told him. Because the next thing you know, I heard the phone hit the floor, and then I heard him beating her ass. Click. She called me about 20 minutes later, crying. Oh, meet me up at the gas station. I got everything. I'll bring it up there to you. I said, all right, I'll be over there in about 20 minutes or whatever. She shows up, brought what she had. She didn't have it all. She was short a couple $100. I'm sure we can work it off. Don't you worry. We'll get this one figured out. Meanwhile, you're on my shit list. Took her back home. I didn't call her for a couple days. Then I had a mission come up. I had to take a ride down to South Alaska, Kenai, Soldotna. It's about 3.5, 4 hour drive. And I thought, PR, I got a little mission I got to go do. I got to run down to Soldotna. If you want to go with me, you can take care of some more of your debt, and you'll have a good time. We'll be down there for at least one night, maybe two. She thought, oh, okay, okay, I'm with it. She's all on board. I said, I'll be by there shortly to grab you. I went, picked her up, made sure she saw everything I had, so she knows I'm not full of bullshit, which she knows that, anyways. And we headed out of town. About 30 minutes out of town, we come up to a little area called Portage Glacier. And this is a glacier been there for 30 million years, coming from the North Pole, just sliding along. And there's a gas station there, and I put gas in and broke her off a little piece so she could get well. I said, "Look, I'm gonna grab a coffee. You want one or something to drink?" She said, "Yeah, give me a coffee too. Same thing you got." That's all right. I'll be right back. I ran inside, got the coffee, came back out. Oh, it must went to the wrong side of the gas station, and oh, hell no, my car is gone. Son of a bitch. First of all, I don't know how she got the key. She must have found my spare at the house. Or, I don't know. I never did get that one figured out. But I did go around back thinking she might have got spooked and pulled around the side or something. But no, nowhere to be found. And this car, mind you, wasn't my car. I was actually delivering it. That's why it was an unexpected run. And but I called Willie, and he said, "Well, you're gonna have to call the cops, man. It's the only way my insurance is gonna cover it." I know, I know. So I did, and I explained to him my girlfriend and I had a spat, and I didn't realize she had a spare key to the car, and but that's what happened. So I headed home, and they said they'll get back with me. Well, it wasn't, but 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they called me up and they said, "Yep, we found your car, and you're right. She was sitting in it. She was at a rest area, just sitting there." I'm like, son of a gun. So what's up? Where's she at now? And they said, well, she's been taken into custody. She has been charged with grand theft auto, and you can pick the car up tomorrow at the impound yard down there. It's going to be a couple $100 just to get it out. I'm like, shit. All right, thank you very much. And the next morning, apparently, baby daddy bailed her out either that night or the next morning. I don't know. Bailed her out. She called me all sick again. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have done that. Can you do some? I said, I'll tell you what I can do for you. I said, I can take you down there to get the rest of my shit back. She said, oh, yeah, it's in the car. I said, well, I know you don't have it on you, or you didn't have it on you, because they didn't charge you with it, and the cop didn't say anything about it. So I picked her up. We went down there, paid him a couple $100 to get the car out. And right where she said there was a zipper, there was a zipper in the side seat, but there wasn't no dope in there. What's up with that? I said, you know what? You're gonna be paying me off for a while. I don't even know if this is enough for you to work off, but we're gonna figure it out. So I went ahead and drove on down to Kenai from there. We were there a couple days, and did she get treated like a queen? Hell no. And when I say treated like a queen, that's the difference between getting crumbed to death or being treated like a queen. And after 2, 3 days, and she was working her ass off to catch up a little bit on that debt. Well, now you know how she got the name Sweet Lips. But I will say we had many more adventures to come. I still love her today. In fact, she called me a couple weeks ago, and we have a couple more exciting adventures that she participated in. I can't wait to share it with you. But you guys leave comments down there. Let me know what you think about Little Sweet Lips. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you next time, right here on True Crimes out of Alaska.